Dark and moody, moody and dark. It's been real from the start. Speak the truth, then you playing your part. Nothing fake here. We've been real since daycare. Some change, some stay there. Came from the streets, we speak for the streets, we speak for the youth. Nothing but truth. Feel it in the booth, feel it in your soul, feel it in the cell, feel it on parole, feel it on probation, feel it when you free, totally free. Pardon me, till they pardon me, till they pardon we. Positivity from negativity, back to positivity. The podcast for the streets, helping you eat. We live by the code, we live what we speak. We revolutionize real love, honor, respect, loyalty, educating the masses, bringing unity. It's all or nothing. The podcast for you and me is Dark and Moody. We the voices of the community.
I hear voices right now. I can hear them just as plain as day.
Yeah. What up? This your boy Dark.
And it's your boy D Moody, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's Dark and Moody, all or nothing. You feel me?
Yo, and we here with somebody, man. I'm gonna call him a special guest. We're gonna let him introduce y'all, man, because you're gonna be seeing his face a lot.
Yeah, man. Tell the people out there, tell the Dark and Moody people who you are, brother.
Good afternoon. My name is MACEO Streater. I'm a lifelong resident of New Haven, Connecticut. I was born in Newhallville, where I still reside at. I'm currently running for Alderman for the 21st Ward, and I feel I can do a greater need to the community where I was raised at, and I'm seeking support from people, and I will be going door to door, talking with people, seeing what their needs are and what their wants are, and see what I can do for them. My background, I was unjustly arrested, convicted, incarcerated, served time for a crime I didn't commit.
How much time you do, brother?
I did 24 and a half years.
24 and a half years, man, for a crime he didn't commit.
I came home. I have received a full pardon. I've been completely exonerated, and I feel I need to give back to my community. I want to see the youth of today, guided in the right direction. I feel that is a gap in between that need to be bridged. I feel that they need to bring the youth together. Well, I think a lot of the violence, gang violence, shootings would stop if they was more familiar with people, with each other, if there was more, community events, bringing from the different sides of town, bring them together and unite them. I think that it's a greater need for that. Like when I was a kid growing up, it was a teen center in the corner of Thompson and Shelton Avenue, where it had, you could come there, you could do music, they was teaching karate, they was doing arts and crafts and stuff like that. I think there's a need, for that in each community. And I think...
And how as an alderman would you be able to make sure we get funding for these kind of programs?
Well, what I would do, I will put in for it, and I will do what's necessary to get the legislatures or the board of alders to look into things like this, because it's a need for it. And our city is in need of help, and I just feel that it needs new ideas sometimes. Being away from the city and coming back, I can see what's not there, what used to be there, what needs to be there. I feel that our neighborhoods, is not growing in the correct direction that it should be growing in. I feel that it should be more things for the youth, more things for them to do, and I think that would give them less time to get into mischievous things if they direct them in the right direction.
How do we cater to the youth? Who are the voices to the youth?
I feel that who are the voices to the youth is the older ones in the community that know them or been through something and that could teach them something. I feel that experience is the best teacher. And if you're speaking to someone from experience of telling them, okay, listen, be careful of this pitfall, be careful of that, because if you're speaking from it and you've been through it, I feel that they will acknowledge you more than if you read something from a book and you haven't been through anything. Once you've been through something, you really can give your actual opinion on it.
So for a person like me, who I just did 24, 25, can you define the alderman to me? I really don't know what that is, being that I came to jail when I was 17 and I wasn't into mayors. I wasn't into none of that. I was just in the streets. What is an alderman? What do an alderman do in the community?
Okay, the alderman is a board, and they have aldermen from each district that's in the city of New Haven. When the mayor goes to pass different ordinances and different things, the board of alders always have to go over things, approve them, and say, but as far as budget wise, they get to vote on everything that's going on in your city. Like funding for this, funding for that. After school programs.
Nonprofits.
Well, I don't know if nonprofits will fall under, but it depends on, I guess what organization is trying to bring what. But the board of alders basically deal with everything dealing with the city. Like anything the mayor passes need to go through the board of alders for a vote.
Okay, so if me and Dirk, we like to play ball, and right now we can't find a spot to play, we thinking about maybe building a little place to put together. We could come and we write a request to you.
Well, it depends on what ward it's in. If it's in
we in your ward, I'm in your ward.
Okay, if it's in the 21st ward, then I guess you would write up a proposal, and if you got the site, I guess we would go see about getting funding for it. If you're trying to get funding and show what greater good it would do in the community.
Let me ask you, if it's not in your ward, but it's in the New Orleans district, how would that work?
See, basically, you would go to the alder of what ward that is actually in. But what I feel is, even if it's not in my ward, I still could have some say or still will put some input in on it, because not just because it's in my ward, I feel that other kids that's not in my ward should be able to have access to it also. So it still would help the community. So anything that's going to help the community and keep the kids out of trouble in this day and time, I feel, would be a good thing.
Yeah. Personally, I believe that organized sports teaches kids about unity, camaraderie, family, friendship. And if I had a voice, I would probably bring different kids from all different sides of town
Correct.
together and put them on one organized team and let these guys know that
friendship.
Yeah, you guys are friends.
Right.
So if this guy from New Orleans is friends with somebody from let's say the Hill section and Fairhaven section in New Haven, it probably somebody would think twice before they inflict harm on someone they know.
Correct. And that's basically what I was saying earlier. I feel that they need more programs and more things for the youth to bring them together, because like you just said, if they know each other, they're less likely to have animosity against each other or be trying to so-called what they call it beef with each other when there's no need for it. Because half of the time when these kids are out here against each other, if you ask them really what is the reason, no one really can give you a solid answer. They could say, well, somebody put something on Facebook or somebody said something. But if you're interacting with someone each and every day, you can ask them, well, what happened? And they could tell you, no, that never happened, or that wasn't meant that way. But if you don't know someone, or you're not dealing with them, you're getting secondhand, thirdhand, information on what, or they're misinterpreting what the motive or the reason is. I just feel that, bringing them together, on a daily basis, like Monday through Friday after school or something, it gets them to know and broaden their horizons, because this town is too small to be chopped up in sections. I just feel that, each one should be able to unite, talk with, and interact with each other.
And what you and Dirk just said is crazy, because when you think about prison, everybody's together. The person that you was beefing with before, maybe years down later, y'all end up squashing it, find out what was it for. But at the end of the day, you end up being cool with the person that you may have been beefing with, your man may have been beefing with.
When you're from New Haven, you're saying, if you're from New Haven,
prison period, because
you everybody confined together.
Confine you. So if you was from the Ville and he was from over here, eventually one day y'all gonna all be in the pod together and maybe learn that you're cool, I'm cool, and then you spread it to your friend. Yo, no, what Troy cool, Moody cool, Dorky B cool. So it's like you saying with sports, when you put them all together, if you bring somebody from the Ville, the Hill, the Trey, and you put them all together to play together and understand that we all one, we all human. Ain't nobody better than nobody else.
All right, let's go back for a second. How did Troy Streeter grow up? Like, how did you grow up? What kind of household you lived in?
I grew up household, my brothers and sisters, my mom.
Single parent or two parents?
Well, my mom was my dad was there, but he was, my mom basically ran the household. My mother, my father was always a part of my life, of course.
Shout out to strong women. Man.
Right. My mother basically, she ran the household, and my mother ruled with an iron fist, very strict, very strong woman. She, we grew up. I went to elementary school. I was bussed out with the busing program. I went to school in Hamden for elementary.
Which school was that?
Alice Peck School in Hamden, grades 1 through 6. Then I came back Jackie Robinson, 7th, 8th. Then I went to Hill House. Attended Southern Connecticut College shortly, and then I went into the working field. So I feel like I had a stern, strong upbringing, strong family values was instilled in us. And, our parents always taught us, to help people, and always taught the family to be together.
So growing up like that, this one of the reasons why you want to take this journey to be an alderman. That's one of the reasons.
Correct. Because I see, in my opinion, I feel that I can bring a lot to the table. As I stated, I only lived in the 21st ward my entire life, on the street. Like I said, community, like we used to have Black-owned businesses basically on every corner. You see them now, storefronts boarded up, different things. I just feel that our community as a whole need to work together and not just divide. I feel New Haven is really too small to be broken up, Hillville, and all that. Okay, why can't we just say we're from New Haven? That's how I look at it. I don't feel that we should, ostracize anyone that's a part of New Haven. We all could work together. I feel if we work together, we'll do better.
Yeah, that's a fact. New Haven is in Connecticut. New Haven is like one of the most segregated cities in Connecticut. It's the most segregated because you have, like you said, you got Fairhaven area, you got the Orville area, you got the Hill section, you got where Westville Manor and whatever section that is out there, Westville, right?
Correct.
Something like that. Where the Orchard Street area is, what's that? What section is that?
What they call that? What they call it? What they call that?
Orchard and what?
They had
The Orchard area, just around there. Welly and Orchard is different from the New Orleans section and different from the Hill section. It's a different section, but what I'm getting at is that we just is separated.
Yeah,
New Haven is separated.
Right.
And then in all these areas you got different, well, you used to have different quote unquote gangs or territories that people run wild in.
Correct.
Like you said, if we were all together,
right,
under one,
right, I feel that I feel that we would get further if we stick together. I just feel that New Haven is too small to be broken up in sections. Think about it. How big is New Haven? How long would it take to drive straight through New Haven in a car? So to me, it's too small to be broken up. I just feel that the youth need to unite and we'll grow together, because separate, you're not going to grow.
All right.
I see you. You be with Alex, and they're fighting for freedom for my brothers that's locked up. How you feel about this many New Haven wrongfully convicted who have been freed from New Haven, Connecticut?
I feel it's a good thing that's going on, and I feel that it was a tragedy how the 80s and 90s people was being framed, set up, arrested, unjustly incarcerated, but we didn't have attorneys that really cared. In my opinion, they wouldn't go the extra mile. I'm glad to see people now being freed, but what's another thing you have to look at, once you're Freedom has been taken away from you. Things that you miss, you can never get back. They can never ever repay you for it. They can never compensate you for it. You got, your kids graduate school, you're not there, you're losing loved ones, you can't attend the funerals. It's just certain things that should not have happened from so-called professionals. And in New Haven, as you stated, this corruption, it runs thick, it runs deep, and it's a serious situation that really needs to be addressed.
I think I might be wrong. I don't know no stats. I don't know nothing. But I think New Haven have the most people coming home for wrongful convictions.
Probably in the United States.
Right. And think about
if somebody hit me, tell me if I'm wrong or right. New Haven, Connecticut, I can name like 10 people off my hand.
Right. So think about how
I got
small
two right
we
here.
are. Think about how small New Haven is and how many unjust people done gave back years, that they had to do unjustly. Think about how many people was unjustly incarcerated 10, 15, 20, 30 years almost. It's a sad situation, and it needs to be looked upon. I feel that a lot of these laws need to be changed. Far as you got state's attorneys that's making people give false testimonies when they know that they're doing it, they're encouraging it, they're coercing them, they're threatening them. If the prosecutors could face charges for things like that, knowingly doing things, I think that they would stop.
Absolutely.
As long
the aldermen could play a part in this.
I feel that they can. I know that I definitely would look into what, if I'm elected, I would look into what avenues and what steps to take, to try to, reframe the way they have it, where you can't do anything to the prosecutor. They have absolute immunity. Why would you have immunity when you're breaking the law? Why should these cops be able to set people up? They doing this type of time, 20, 30 years in jail, but the cop is setting back with a fat pension every year. Who rewards bad behavior? Where do they do that at?
Yeah, they should.
So if I just registered at the vote, I think I'm not sure. I was told I couldn't, but when I was at Laisha, when we was there,
Wednesday, right?
Wednesday. Yesterday.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Spanish restaurant.
When we was there, Alex told me I could vote, and I signed the papers. So I could, what you said about the prosecutor being responsible, you as alderman, you could start pushing that towards the mayor and the state legislators and stuff.
Correct. It's definitely a place that you start at. This disease that New Haven had with the corruption is just ridiculous. Is like you said, it's been going on for so long, and as small as New Haven is, how are we going to have a larger number of false arrests than places like New York and different places like that? It is sad the way that they was preying upon the youth that's coming up, framing you, putting bodies on you, putting drugs on you, putting criminal records on you. And like I said, I just feel that if there's no recourse to my actions, I'm not going to stop it. You got these prosecutors, they know that they're sitting in there giving us unjust time, having people, get understand and give mendacious stories of things that never happened, and we're going away, and then they're on to the next person, destroying people's lives.
Yeah, I just read a story today about a brother that was in New Haven that got put on the exoneration board. Leroy Harris, they just officially exonerated him.
Yes, I feel that is a great start, and I'm happy for him. And I feel that we need to explore, more people being vocal about what has went on in the city of New Haven. A lot of people have gotten out, but we also got to think about the ones that's still in jail that haven't, gotten out. Think about the ones that, okay, I did 24 and a half years for a crime I didn't commit. I wasn't, rescued, didn't get out early. However, some have, but there's still some in there that's unjustly, arrested, convicted, and serving time for things that they didn't do.
Yeah. And how do we help those brothers?
I think that what we do when you hear of situations, I feel that, you try to bring it to the forefront. You bring it to the media, let the media know, and, give it some light, because as long as stuff could be swept under the rug and not spoken on, they're going to keep doing it.
So you telling me, and I never voted.
You never voted in your life?
I never voted in my life.
Yeah.
So you telling me that if I place a vote and it's for you, Troy Streater, right?
Correct.
Who, as I'm sitting here listening to you, we have the same passion that we feel that kids, they need to connect more. They need to know that, you know, being violent in the street is that's not the way to go.
Kids need another avenue, man.
Correct.
And that there's people that's in jail that's wrongfully convicted. There's people that's in jail that have changed and should be granted a second chance. If I vote for you, you telling me that I could count on you to be a part of that.
Absolutely.
Because I'm placing that vote, and it's going to you. And I hope that whoever is out there, and if you never vote, if it's your first time voting, I'm hoping that you could.
Quick question: do you have to live in the 21st district to vote for?
Yes, you do. You have to live in the 21st ward to come out and vote. The election day will be January 23rd, and I'm encouraging all to come out and vote. If you're not registered, you can get registered. You got up to the 16th of January to get registered, you know, to come out and vote.
Do you know all the streets that your district fall under? Can you name drop a few of these streets?
Yes.
Maybe somebody watching us from those streets and don't know that they're in the 21st ward.
Okay, you have one side of a Dickerman Street, you have West Hazel, you have Dixwell Avenue, you have Gibbs Street, we have parts of Thompson Street, Bishop Street, St. Ronan Street, Whitney Avenue is really broken up. It's a large part of the city. Henry Street,
Munson.
Yeah, parts of Munson Street.
Winter Street.
Winter Street is in it. Orchard Place, Orchard Street.
Charles.
Yes, parts of Charles Street. I believe the entire Charles Street is in the 21st ward.
All right.
You've been in the Ville a lot, Darkest.
I'm from New Haven. I'm here in these streets.
Right.
In the street County Street is county part of 21st.
Yes,
ward?
it is.
So we have County Street, we got Winter Street, we got Ward Street, we got Dickerman Street, we have Bishop Street, we got parts of Dixwell Avenue, you got Henry and Munson, you got Orchard Place.
But when I ask you, do you know somebody? You'd be like, yo, I don't know him.
We have Edward Street.
You got Edward.
Mansfield Street.
Mansfield.
Is really, like I said, the 21st ward is really broken up.
Ashman.
Correct. I think parts of it is. I'm not sure if Ashman. I think Ashman is actually out of that ward. It's into the next, I believe. Canal Street. I don't think Canal Street is in it. I think it ends basically with Henry.
Foot
No. That's
too far down.
Right. Yeah, that's a different. Yeah, Charles. I think it goes as far as Charles Street, far as for the 21st.
All right. So y'all who watching this show, if you know anybody who live on any of those streets, tell them that they could place their vote for somebody who's going to fight for them.
Correct.
Somebody who's going to make sure who's going to strive to make sure the money is allocated right in those areas. Who's going to make sure that your kids stay out of trouble,
help events. We might need some events done on these streets.
And I feel that we should have different events and invite kids from both sides of town. And we need to have parents that's going to come out, chaperone, and make sure that things going smoothly. Because I just feel that if you plan it, they'll come. But if they don't have it to come to, what are they going to do? So I just feel that we should, as a city, come together. Not as saying, well, I'm from this side, I don't mess with that. We're from New Haven. We need to grow together.
Elm City.
Correct.
Absolutely. It's one tree.
Definite.
Two trees.
It's two trees.
Yeah. It's a palm tree and it's an elm. It's an elm tree. Word. Well, yeah, man. So I need to hear more about the Alderman business, man, because I want to personally get out there and tell people that they need to vote for you. I'm gonna be part of this campaign. I'm placing my vote for Troy. I don't live in that district.
Yeah,
but I know people who do. So I'm knocking on some doors, man. I'm knocking on some doors. And y'all viewers, I need y'all to knock on some doors, man.
Correct, because as I stated, I always lived in the 21st ward, haven't left, not leaving, and I want better for my community. I want better, for the youth. I just feel that we have to we owe them because we have experienced things, so we can help them with pitfalls. We can help them not make mistakes. We can help them. We can speak from experience to them. Okay, we're not going to do this. We're going to do this. Okay, we need after school programs. We need to be able to unite them. We don't need places where that's open but they can't access it. What good is that going to do?
We need action.
We need action, and action gives reaction. Okay, we have funding for certain things in the area, build it. The kids is gonna come. You give it, they're gonna come to it. And that's what I feel we need. We need more concentration on the school systems and education than jails. They'll put a bunch of money into incarceration instead of college.
And we need active fathers, uncles, cousins, brothers,
Men.
homeboys, godfathers, goddaddy, everything.
That's right. Everybody step up to the plate
Action.
and help.
And stop saying, oh, they keep doing this. Action. Walk out there. Tell them, stop.
Correct.
Yeah, and don't let someone's past define them.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of us have a history. A lot of us have a past. My mother ran for alderman in the Fairhaven district years ago, and the past of her children came back to bite her when she didn't win because they try to slander her.
Right. I think
the way somebody raises someone or whatever, that you can't do good in your community, which is bogus, because a lot of people learn from mistakes.
Correct.
And learn from the troubles of the youth, and someone who's been through as much as you've been through, even with the incarceration and before the incarceration, someone who's been through what you've been through, you probably have a better understanding of what the community needs than someone who hasn't been through it.
I feel that I do, and I feel that I would bring that, with me in everything that I do. I will always involve the community, see what the community needs are, see, look and see, what can be put where. You have to always utilize your community, utilize people that's in your community. Everybody has a passion for something. See what their passion is, and, have them implement it. Okay, I need help. I don't want to be a one-man army. I need help. I'm not too big for suggestions. People live in the ward. Okay, come. Well, I think we should do this here. I think we should, and what you do, you look into it. You don't just try to run things on your own, because if you're an alder in any community, you work for the people. So you're supposed to do and help do and get done what the people need done and want done.
That's a fact. What you think is the main things that bring youth to the streets?
I think what brings youth to the street, in my opinion, they be bored. They don't have anything to do. A lot of them don't have leadership in the homes, and so a aimless mind. I mean, a mind that's just wandering with nothing to do. They're liable to roam anywhere. Well, okay, say you start after school programs. They got basketball programs. They got this. They got music. They got karate. They got different events that they can do. Now, if you're consuming their time, there's no time to get in trouble.
Yeah.
They say an idle mind is the devil's playground,
and I agree with that 100%.
They listen to, I think they listen to music, man. I think people be following, and they think it's cool if you pick up a gun and you start shooting, and you don't know that whoever you're shooting at is other people around, and you might hit somebody else, and then you sitting in jail for 50 years. They don't
understand consequences.
Correct. I just didn't either. If they listen to the rappers, they're telling a story, a fictitious story, just to sell records. Because if they did all this shooting, they wouldn't be on wax; they'll be in jail.
Yeah.
So
I told them rappers they get checks.
These rappers are businessmen.
That's right. Yeah,
they're selling stories.
Correct.
They're selling stories.
Right. Because if they was doing, what they're saying in the records,
half of what they
wouldn't be on record. They'd be in jail, and you wouldn't hear from them.
Yeah.
So I just feel that our youth need guidance, and I feel that what we're supposed to do, I feel that we should be obligated to help them in each way that we can. And like I said, everyone brings something different to the table. Everyone has something that they're good at. Everyone has a knack. So whatever your knack is, okay, the community comes together, the city comes together as a whole, not this part, that part. Let's unite. You know, we should look into, okay, feeding the homeless. We should look into, okay, when the kids are getting in trouble, okay, we could be Truman officers. Go out there, okay, why this one ain't going to school? Everybody have to help. Everyone should play a part. If each one come together and work together, we'll get further together.
It takes a village, they say.
Correct.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I got the you know, I don't know if you know, I just only been home for like I think 9 months, but I got the phone with the school and it showed me the grades and stuff. And I told him, I said, I said, I wish my mother, if my mother had this back in the days, if my mother had this back in the days, oh my, I said, you can't tell me you ain't do your homework. I got it right here.
Right. You know, and I just feel a lot of the old stuff back in the day stuff, that stuff need to be reinvented, you know, because, you know, we feared our parents. We're not gonna, you know, run. I had a curfew. I had to be in the house 9 o'clock.
You can't whoop kids no more.
I just had this conversation with my wife.
Yeah.
I was like, man, my mother is, you can't. They told me you can't do it now.
Yeah, they call it 911 now for a beating. So you got,
but
I got to beat them another way.
But how I feel like if I'm trying to stop my child from getting in trouble, and you're telling me he's out in these streets and this is this only way he gonna listen to me if I pull him back and put fear in him, then if you block me up, then hey, that's how I feel.
Right. I just feel that, you know, situations, you know, each situation, of course, no one wants some. I don't feel that any parent who mind frame is correct is going to child abuse a child. You know, it's a difference between in correcting them and checking them than abusing them. I feel that situations where the kids now, like you said, they're going to call 911 on you. You have the parent scared to be a parent. You have a parent scared to chastise the child in fear of, you know, the court system getting involved, the police getting involved. But when they get them and lock them up, who really going to treat them bad? You or the system?
Yeah. So you said everybody has a knack. What's your knack?
I have a passion. I like helping people. Also, you know, I'm a photographer. You know, that's one of my hobbies. I like taking pictures, and I feel that, you know, when I came home, I seen, you know, a need, so I got involved in politics. I felt the need to help. You know, so I said, well, let me play my part. Let me contribute what I have to contribute.
When you say helping people, right? Helping people in what way? Like, give a few specifics that people can look forward to. Okay,
in my area, say if you have someone, older couple, you know, if it's snow, whatever, you know, it's an old couple, I will go there and do the snow for them. I have done it. I don't want anything from them. I'm driving down the street. I see a man on Thompson one day. He's out there chipping away. I pull over. I get out. I walk up with my chef. I start helping him. He looks at me like, well, what do I owe you when I finish? I said, you don't owe me anything. I get in the car, I pull off and leave. Because, stuff like that is what you should do, because one day we're going to get old. Okay, you probably lead by example. Now, that probably instilled in that man, wait a minute, this guy, and you know he's going to tell his kids and grandkids if he have any. You know, so lead by example, do good things. You do good, I feel good to come back to you.
Pay it forward.
Correct.
Yeah.
True. I did good today. Look at Darky B.
You know what I'm saying? Moody bought me this sweater right here. You know what I'm saying?
Certified Muslim.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody out there. You know. Thanks for the shirt, brother. You know,
I feel good.
Yeah.
You feel good and you look good.
And I look good.
And you look good too, Troy.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And the Knicks look good. They won 8 in a row, man. They won 8 in a row.
You got a sport team?
Nah.
You don't watch sports?
No, not at all.
What about music?
I like all kinds of music. I feel that music has no color. And I listen to all kinds of music.
What about old school hip hop?
I listen to that.
Yeah, dog. Get him.
Big Daddy Kane and Rakim, man.
Big Daddy Kane.
Pac or Biggie?
I'm gonna say Pac.
Nas or Jay-Z?
I'm gonna say Nas.
Hold up. What's that? Boogie Down Production? Who they was beefing with? Who they was beefing with, WB?
They was beefing with MC Shan and Molly Moore.
So Boogie Down Production or MC Shan or Molly Moore?
I like MC Shan.
So,
yeah.
So what's that, the Juice Crew?
Juice Crew.
So the Juice Crew or Boogie Down Production? You say the Juice Crew.
Right, MC Shan. I remember MC Shan raps. I remember. Just actually today on the radio they had a battle between Kane and LL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to that earlier. You know,
LL labels himself the GOAT. You think he got that?
Absolutely not.
The GOAT, but in what though?
You said he gave it to himself, so you could be self-entitled.
No, I'm saying I think he the GOAT. I think he the GOAT as far as longevity.
Well,
because he's still I ain't saying he ain't got to sell records, but he's still rapping. He's still out there. Relevant. He's still making money, and he's still relevant.
Yeah. I feel you can't take anything from him.
What you think, dog?
That don't make you the GOAT.
No, I'm not saying.
No, I'm just
saying
that the GOAT is the greatest of all time.
And what?
And whatever
lyrics?
In that genre.
Right.
So he's not the greatest.
Who you say would be the greatest then?
In my opinion, I got Jay-Z as being a GOAT of hip hop. Did Nas win that battle against Jay and Nas? Yeah, Nas Ether was
Jay.
Jay did his thing. They did their thing against each other. I think Nas won the battle, but Jay winning the war, man.
Correct. Well, some people weigh battles and who the winner is by your bank accounts. That's how some people weigh success. You know. So
I don't. That's not why I got Jay as the best, though.
No, but I'm saying that's how some people. Okay, like you said LL has longevity. He's still out there. You know, a lot of them.
Yeah, he's been successful.
Right. Yeah, he's been. So some people say
in my eyes.
Right. So some would say LL is better because he's still out there. He's still gaining. You know, but did he always put out the best music? It's a question.
Pink cookies in a plastic bag.
Being crushed by a building. Yeah.
Chill.
He's in New Haven all the time.
Yeah.
He's been in New Haven all the time.
I'm too young for that.
Yeah, he's been
too young for what? LL being in New Haven?
LL being Big Daddy Kane being in New Haven.
Yeah,
with
definitely.
People, all that.
Definitely.
I don't think you're too young for that, man.
Huh?
You like 50.
Nah, I ain't 50.
Yeah. But yeah, they used to be in New Haven, all the time. So,
You went to that concert?
Which one?
Or you was locked up?
Which concert?
The one was 86?
The LL concert.
I wasn't locked up, but I didn't go.
You know what I mean?
Dark was there.
He was helping people. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. He was helping people.
I do.
That's right.
I believe, what you do in life, will speak for itself. If you help people truly, I just feel that I believe in treating people how I want mine and me to be treated. I won't want nobody to mistreat my child, so I won't mistreat anybody's child. And I just feel that people look at them ethics and grow on that, because who wants to hear that the child has been harmed, right? So if your child was stranded, you want someone to help them. So if you see somebody stranded, you help them.
Absolutely. How important is being alderman of a ward? How important is it? Let the people know how important it is, because they need to come out and vote.
Right.
Like the last from what I heard, the last race for alderman in this district, only 231 people voted.
Right. And that's a sad number. I feel that
231. How many people in there?
Oh, for like 14, maybe like about 1,500, I believe, in the ward. Yes. So this election here is going to be January 23rd. I know it's cold out, but I feel that people should, what's important we need to do, even if they're going to vote absentee, vote, send it in, because it's
important.
Yeah, it's very important.
What's an absentee?
Absentee ballot is where you can fill out the application, come to your house, you cast your vote, you mail it back in, and it's still counted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you need a ride, Moody might come pick you up. He might pull up at your house.
Correct.
In the Camaro. I got a black and white Camaro.
Don't do that, bro. Don't put them cars in the street. Yeah, but for real, if you need a ride, we got people in place that will probably come.
Correct. We're offering rides
to come to the polls,
right?
To vote for your favorite alderman.
How long it take to vote?
Takes you 5 minutes or less, in my opinion, to vote. Come out.
5 minutes out of your time.
Correct. Something that's very important.
Maybe take you 10 minutes to get to wherever you got to go. Where the voting booth at?
Right. The voting booth will be at King Robinson. Was it Fournier Street, 150 Fournier?
Yeah, that was a good question, Moody.
Correct.
How far is it, Dark? You know all these streets.
Well,
King Robinson right up the road. It's on Dixwell. It's right there.
So was that 10 minutes, 5 minutes? I'm doing the math for the
From
people.
from where?
It
From
depends on where you're coming from.
Wherever you come from, find the street.
I would say
it's
I
in
would-
between the 5 and it's
15 minutes out your time.
from anywhere,
Yeah.
correct.
It's-
From
yeah.
any,
And you-
yeah.
and you
any
place your vote,
direction from
Right,
that ward.
right.
You can get there within 5 to 10 minutes.
Correct.
and it's over.
And it's
Correct. You know, something very important that we got to realize, a lot of people don't utilize their rights to vote. We fought for it. We have it. So let's utilize it.
And once upon a time, not long ago, a person that looked like you
Couldn't vote.
or him couldn't vote. So exercise that right, man, today.
Correct.
And
People die for that.
yeah. And I just want y'all to know, man, Dark and Moody, all or nothing, man. We on a path to greatness. If dudes is hungry and you want something to eat,
You gotta go.
come to La Isla Spanish Restaurant,
Go see Little Dark.
2779 Dixwell Avenue. Come get that
She got the braids.
arroz con pollo. Come get that good food, man. That bacalao. Yeah,
Ask
man.
Little Dark to give you the Moody special. Me and her about to make it up.
The Moody special, man.
Me, I'm gonna talk to her tonight, and we gonna come up with the Moody special. So when you go there and say what Little Dark ass, Moody special, she gonna get you right.
Word. Now tell the people one more time your name, brother, and tell them how they could vote and when they could come out and
My
vote.
name is MACEO Troy Streeter. I'm running for Alderman for the
Say that
21st
again?
Ward. MACEO Troy Streeter. I'm running for Alderman for the 21st Ward in New Haven. Election day will be January 23rd from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. We asking all in the community to come out and cast your vote. I'm asking for your vote. I'm asking, give me a chance to be your Alderman. Thank you.
You know what I mean? Dark and Moody, all or nothing, man. We out.